Anime Summit, episode 68.
You can call me Special Agent Moe.
Nah.
Hello and welcome to the Anime Summit podcast. My name is Quokka. And with me I got Mac.
Hi. Yeah.
And Sam. And Nick.
Hello.
And today we announced that we are now the Kimi no Nawa Update podcast.
No, we are not.
This week on the Kimi no Nawa
This
Update
week
podcast.
they made more money. The end. Next topic.
Kimi no Nawa is poised to break $100 million, which is only like 6 anime movies have ever done that. All of them Miyazaki. It's been nominated for Movie of the Year at the London Film Festival.
You know what
and
else?
There's still no word on when it's coming to a theater near you.
You know what else made $100 million? Transformers.
That's the end of the Kimi no Nawa Update podcast. Tune in next week when we update you more about Kimi no Nawa. Goodbye.
I'm just saying Transformers made $100 million, so...
Play the outro music.
Anybody? Nope.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Didn't Twilight make, like,
Do-do-do-do-do.
Twilight made a lot of
Okay,
money,
no,
right?
but-
50 Shades of Grey made money.
Okay.
Those are
So,
romances.
we're actually going to talk about how romance is treated in anime, and we'll probably dabble into how it's treated in media in general, and talk possibly, maybe we'll get to the topic of shipping.
I don't care. I ship it.
So what have you guys been up to?
I've been knee-deep in fantasy football and nipple-deep in anime. Just like
I
that
was
South
Like
Park
being nipple deep
episode.
in 2D girls.
let me just tell you, okay? I was let me tell you. I was at work yesterday just doing my own thing. I was working on this car, right? I'd already checked out a few before this. And then the lady who works in the front office just kind of walks back and says, "Here, I have a present for you." And I'm like, "Huh?" And she lays a title down on my toolbox, and she's like,
Wait, how did you feel during that moment when she said that she had a present?
confused.
Did
And
you
you
start
said, huh.
unbuckling your belt and pull your trousers
Take
down?
us through the whirlwind. What was going on in Mac?
I don't know exactly how I felt. It was mostly confusion, though, I can tell you that. So she lays the title to this car down on my desk.
Was it nervous apprehension?
No, it was not. And she just says, "The guy doesn't want to fix it. He says you can have it." And I'm like, wait. So I just got a free car? Is that what you're telling me? I just got a free car? And she's like, "Yep." So now I'm the proud owner of a 2005 PT Cruiser.
One of the greatest cars in the world.
Yeah,
oh,
now
one
you
of the
can be,
greatest vehicles.
You can be on that
Da-
70s show
Let me
now.
tell you, Daimler Chrysler killed it with that car, just like they killed it with all modern Jeeps. Absolutely killed it. I mean, there is no other car that parallels them in value, reliability, and ease to work on.
And reputation.
And reputation, yes, this too.
Beauty,
They
even.
They are all such gorgeously engineered cars. They're magnificent. I mean, you like the design and stuff, right? You should stare under the engine bay of a Chrysler. You'll just instantly jizz your pants.
You should get that like wood paneling onto the side of it that they show in some pictures of the PT Cruiser, and then put a surfboard on top and just leave it out in the middle of a field.
That's about the only good use for it. I mean, the PT Cruiser kind of sucks.
Because I feel like people that would see it would just be like, "What's the story with this? This is Tennessee. Like, what? Who? This doesn't make sense."
I mean, I got a free car. It's worth like $1,500 if I fix one or two issues. So I mean, I'm not too mad. It's just
That's more than a few waifus.
It's just
You could go back to
it's-
Japan.
I could. It's just it's a PT Cruiser. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Today I went to a presentation with the FBI, so I'm gonna be applying for an internship with them. You can call me Special Agent Moe.
Nah.
Hey, yo, Quokka, I'm going to let you finish, but first, let me tell you why that's bullshit. One, you are not Moe. Two, you being in the FBI legitimately fucking scares me. And 3, I kind of got to poop.
Federal butthole inspector.
A little bit. Why does that scare you more than just me being in the Marine Corps?
You know, I've seen enough TV dramas to know where this is going to go. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. I've seen enough TV dramas because everything you see on TV always happens in real life.
I just want to be a renegade cop.
Are you going to grow a mustache like Magnum P.I.?
Tom
Well,
Selleck.
of course. You can only do that after you inadvertently cause $1 million in damage to your city.
Indeed. So when are you going to purchase your first pair of aviators?
Way ahead of you, wearing them right now. So we also got one special announcement that tomorrow we're launching a second YouTube channel for other video content stuff. So if you like us, it'd probably be pretty good. We just want to make another channel where we could put up more off the cuff stuff and stuff that isn't necessarily anime related because
Basically,
we didn't want
low effort blog spam.
But you know what though? I
Yeah.
find it a good opportunity to like do an episode of or just like a vlog on that channel of like it'll be like cribs, but it'll just be like check out my anime shelf. Look at my crib, yo. Here's what's in my fridge.
maybe
Open-
live reactions.
Open my fridge and it's literally just a bunch of anime figures. Like what the fuck?
It's gonna be
You're like that
like-
guy who keeps every type of juice in his refrigerator for when he brings girls over, just in case
we're-
they want a different kind of juice.
We're launching tomorrow with I'll have a video up bright and early with Persona 5 because I'm gonna play Persona 5 and talk about Persona 5.
I may
And
record
there'll be videos of
some more
me playing
ship
Persona
videos,
5.
some more ships and some gaming shit, and of course I'll get back to the car ride with Mac shit whenever I actually get a mount
no-
that's worth a damn.
Yeah, it's just a chance for us to kind of make shittier content.
And you guys can like go on there and get to know us better too. Like you can watch videos of us vlogging when we go to conventions, make gaming videos and shit. Like it's legit.
Sam's gonna set up a live stream of his toilet.
Yeah,
dude,
when I take a
I
shit
want to
in
see
it.
that.
Dude, me and Nick are gonna go. We're gonna go to cons and vlog that shit, dude.
It'd be more like a plug, you know, poop log.
Poop log, that's true.
It's funny because you poop out
Wow.
logs.
Sam,
we
time
need
to
to get
start
the
a
YouTube
new.
360, where you get like 360 degrees or whatever.
That's just videos. It's not YouTube 360. What do
Dude,
you?
it's YouTube, man. Patent pending, copyright, trademarked.
TM.
TM.
Did you know that YouTube invented videos?
Did you know?
Yes.
Did you
in
know
2007,
that
the
I don't
first
give
video.
a fuck?
Okay, so why check that out. It'll be called Anime Summit Extra. There'll be a link in the description stuff. We simplify that to ASEX.
That's part of the
Just-
joke.
That sounds like
AS,
Anime Expo a
AS,
little bit.
Asex. That's all you need to know is
Yeah,
Asex.
ASEX.
It does sound like Anime Expo. Dude, it's fine. People will accidentally search for it and they'll get us. Bam, more hits.
Not so sure that'll happen, but okay. So on to waifu of the week or whatever.
That one Bulma
Bulma!
bitch. Yeah.
From Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. but
Bulma
mostly Dragon Ball.
Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
No. Not Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball. She's definitely better in Dragon
That
Ball.
one Bulma bitch. That's all you need to know.
Back when Bulma was single
And her
and
titties
Goku was
were
trying to
flopping
find out why
around.
she didn't have a penis.
See, that's the funny part about Dragon Ball. Like, Goku just doesn't know anything about sexuality, so he just, like, goes up to Bulma and he's like, Bulma, your balls are gone. he starts slapping her vag. that literally happened in Dragon Ball. Like,
It did
Yeah,
happen.
and there's one I think they cut out of the US one, but he actually like starts to take her clothes off while she's sleeping to figure out what's going on.
yeah. It's really funny. And then
And may or may not have fingered her a little bit. It's possible. It's hard to tell.
I'm watching the
What the animation was
remastered
implying.
version, and Krillin devises a plan to bring Bulma and Master Roshi to help Yamcha's fight, and his plan is to pull down Bulma's blouse and reveal her boobs, and then Master Roshi spurts out he gets the bloody nose, and it reveals the other fighter who's an invisible guy because Yamcha couldn't see him. He's just covered in blood. That was pretty fucking funny. Bulma, best girl. Her boobs are on display.
She's the daughter of the head scientist of Capsule
Corp.
Corporation,
Capsule Corp.
arch nemesis to Red Rocket, Red Ribbon.
Red Ribbon Army. They're not really arch nemesis. They're just different companies.
Arch nemesis to
They're
the
not
Red
even-
Ribbon Army.
It's not even the same thing. But yeah, Bulma, man.
At 13 years old, Bulma conquered the world
She's like
and invented the flying car.
the thing about Bulma that makes her great is she's a babe. She's got blue hair. Also,
Yeah.
she is like good at making gadgets and stuff. So useful.
Dragon Ball
Plus, when we
locator.
met her, she was like 16,
Yeah.
still in the middle of youthful
Driving a
exuberance.
tiny car. That's what I remember about Dragon Ball. Like all the cars are super comically small.
Have you been to Japan?
They're smaller
They
than that.
are small. Cars are small in Japan.
It's like that episode of The
They are pretty
Simpsons.
small.
It's like, do you
They
think
are
it's funny
pretty
that I
small.
have a small vehicle? Bulma, man. All right, moving on. I guess that's it. Next topic,
Waifu
boys.
of the week is over. Main topic
my
starts
God.
now.
That was awful.
Okay. Main topic starts now.
And now,
The first topic
it is
we're going to talk
time
about is
for
the topic that we're going to
the main
talk about
topic.
now.
So what is the main? It's romance in anime. It's what
It's
what
a
does that mean
discussion
to
about
you?
how anime across genres decides to handle the issue of romance, because as naturally when you watch different genres of shows,
Let's start with the romance
for
genre.
whatever reason,
No, for real.
like how
Probably
they
should
always,
start
there
there.
always has to be a romantic subplot, but different genres of shows kind of treat
What's
them
the
very
opposite
differently.
of sub? On top of a romance,
man, how,
on top of
how
plot.
how
Sup.
man, how about that one anime that aired a couple of seasons ago with that one guy named Satoru, and he kind of liked that one girl Kaio, and then she goes and fucks his best friend and has a baby with him. Yeah, that's good.
What?
the fuck? Is that Clan Ad or something?
Whoa, spoilers.
That's Clan Ad, Mac.
No,
We have
that,
sex and sex makes babies.
That would be Bokudake ga Inai Machi, actually.
Oh yeah, erased. Yeah, I don't know why people were mad about that. That made perfect sense.
Get wrecked.
That was not
All
a
I'm gonna
cuckold.
say.
Or,
He
that was
went
not an
into a
NTR
coma.
at all. Yeah, and she lived her life. Like,
She wasn't gonna stick around forever.
Ain't nobody.
How
Ain't
did they feel
nobody got
about
time
Orange
for that.
with Kakeru getting nothing?
Yeah. Speaking of Orange,
Naho's just
So-
getting Speaking of
I've
romance,
said before. Let's just start with like romance, like the genre of romance, where
Yeah,
that's
so-
the main one.
the common way that romance anime approach the topic of romance is they make it the main plot.
Well, I would. No.
That's why they call it the romance.
Oh, like a
genre.
school romance. Yeah. I don't know if that's even the most common. I think they
No,
just
it's-
shoehorn it into a lot of stories.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's also based on to make it so that the whole story can revolve around the romance. It tends to be just that there's just so much miscommunication and lack of trust, as high schoolers are wont to do.
Yeah, well, the basic fundamentals of anime romance are it takes place in a school setting, and it has one male and usually at least one or probably multiple females. So think something like
Maybe
Nisekoi, except Nisekoi is actually a good version of this, but or
it's not a romance.
Toradora, like that's the other one.
It's also not comedy. It's just terrible.
Yeah, Nisekoi is the best Shaft animation ever made. I sincerely believe that too. Well, yeah, so a school setting, you got a harem, and then you have miscommunications. And then you have comedy antics, and usually the couple gets together at the end
That's
of the
not
series.
comedy is not common actually in the romance.
I think it's pretty
genre.
common. I think it's really common, actually.
There's a reason why romantic comedies are a separate thing than romance.
No, it's the same thing.
'Cause, like real romance would be
I
stuff
mean,
like
we can segment everything, and then we have 1,000 different
Orange.
genres.
Blue Spring Ride, Wolf Girl and the Black Prince, which admittedly has a little bit of comedy, but it's not really a major part of it.
I mean, Orange
Things that are
Orange
not
tries to have
romance.
comedy. It has some.
Gekkan Shoujo, despite what Arcada thinks,
Yeah,
he's wrong. It's not a romance.
that one's just a comedy. Well, no, it is a romance, but
No,
that's
it's a
like
comedy about romantic themes.
it's still like it's mostly
It is not in
no, no, no.
itself romantic.
It's mostly a comedy, but it's also a romance. It's like 1 part romance, 10-part comedy. If that makes sense. It's like you pour some bleach
Yeah, so-
into the mop solution, and then you rub the mop over
It's
someone's
comedy
face.
about romance. Yeah. there's always, that's the one thing that just annoys me the most with most shoujo shows, is where it's just like with Going On with Orange, where it's just like, oh, I'm really just, I'm trying to help. Maybe I said something a little bit insensitive, and then just, oh my gosh, never talk to me again. I never want to see your face. It's like, calm down a little bit.
Yeah, Sam down.
Or I think in
Sam down, Sam.
say I love you. She like finds out that her boyfriend slept with some girl back in the day when she was fat or something,
What the fuck?
and she just freaks out.
Serves her right. Just kidding.
Yeah, now she's got like stretch mark scars, so she never wears things that show her midriff.
That's why you get tattoos, man. You just cover that up.
I don't know.
Cover up your shame.
Wow.
I'm sure that would go even better in Japan.
That's the lesson, kids. Always cover your shame.
But then it was really nice when it was just super refreshing. Ori Monogatari, just because of the fact there was none of that like drama. It's just two people that wanted to be together, and that was it.
Yeah, that one does the opposite approach, where usually it's like they get together at the end of the show, or in Monogatari they get together at the beginning and like the first few episodes. The one problem with that
Well,
show,
in a lot of proper romance shows, they get together early on. It's
Yeah,
just
it
there's
depends.
always
I'm saying,
they're always
like, the
stuck in that
typical-
like
the t-
that period where they're insecure
the
about it.
typical
and they never
school
really,
romance
fully,
one, like the trope is that they don't get together until way later on. That's the trope.
Yeah, and they hold hands.
Which
at the end of
really pisses
season
me
2.
off, to be honest. Like, this whole will they, won't they, and then they finally do. It's just give me the fucking story. Give me the fucking romance. What the fuck is this insecure shit? It's like,
Why can't we
jeez.
just see some people that love each other and then bone a lot?
I'm pretty sure that happens in Nana.
School days.
School days?
School Days is a great romance, actually. That's a fucking great soap opera right there. Super exaggerated, but very entertaining. But yeah, that's what I was
That
saying.
one's-
Ori Monogatari, I think that show takes it a little too far with like the relationship between the couple, because a lot of times if it's like if the story's main focus is romance, then it needs to have characters that resonate and then that make me want to root for them. And Ori Monogatari, like, it sort of had that, but then they were almost too perfect. So then it felt a little uncanny at times. It was like, didn't feel that realistic, because the gorilla guy was like perfectly helpful, helped everybody, and then I forgot their names already. Holy shit, it's been a year and I forgot their names.
Takeo. What would Takeo do?
There needs to be some kind of like realistic conflict between the characters, and also not just conflict, but like the characters need to have they need to be more than just like goody two shoes. Like, I think Akagami Shirayuki has similar problems, but not
But why?
quite as bad.
Why do they need to be more than just goody two shoes? Why can't they just be two people,
I mean, they can,
trying to do their best, that care about
but
each
that
other?
requires better writing, and then like that's like really hard to do. It's just easier if you have a certain amount of conflicts, a certain amount of character flaws. That way you can relate to the characters more, because nobody can relate to those characters in Ori Monogatari. Like, no one's that perfect.
I can
What
relate
are
to
you talking
Takeo
about?
because that's who I want to be.
Yeah, yeah. Besides self-inserting and wish fulfillment, no one can relate to them. So that's
I don't see your point.
Name a. I mean,
that's my point. I just made it. Jesus fucking Christ.
He's just being
I don't
retarded.
see
He's
it.
being stupid. What's a good example of like conflict in, like, name an anime with the characters and conflict.
Well, I just started watching
That-
it. Oh, sorry. Were you going to?
That has good conflict and not some of the ones where it's just, oh man, I saw him
Actually,
talking to a girl one time
yeah.
and it wasn't me, so now I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep.
One of the better ones that I've seen is called. It's a short show from last year called "I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying," and
Yeah.
it's about
That one.
It's Mac. You've seen it, right? It's like this otaku
Yeah, I've seen
husband
it.
and then his wife, who's like a normie, and they get together and like they have to
But they didn't
they have
really
to
have
compromise.
conflict.
They did have conflict. They have plenty of conflict.
Yeah, it's plenty of conflict in there.
I wouldn't say they had any more than Ori Monogatari did.
They had way more.
Why
than
are we talking about
there's-
Ori Monogatari
There's no
right
conflict
now?
in Ori Monogatari. Anyway, in the husband is saying that it's like a a clash between two worlds. It's the otaku husband and then the normie wife, and they have to compromise and come to solutions about how to live and how to like go about their lives and stuff. And then it's actually like really like sweet and like warm and nice. It's like a pretty realistic portrayal of, well, it's not, I don't want to say realistic, but it's like it's a charming portrayal of like a young couple. That's what I like about that one.
Yeah, it does have a certain amount of charm to it. I can agree to that. I actually watched it when I was in Japan. Me and Kosuke were watching anime, and that was one of the ones that we watched.
I think
It definitely fits the bill for what you ask, though. Like anime that has, conflict between two characters, like not really conflict in the traditional sense, but conflict in the sense that these characters both have very different ideals and mindsets and likes and all that shit, and it's about them making compromises and shit with each other.
And it's more
But
than
it was
just the
also
romance too.
a lot easier for them to pull that off, considering it's a 3-minute show.
Yeah, and that's the strength of short shows is they don't have to worry about
You
getting
can't get sick of the characters.
well, not even that. They don't have to worry about just like overstaying their welcome. If Banania was a 20-minute show, it would fucking suck.
Right.
But it's 3
Oh,
minutes.
are you
so
sure?
It's awesome.
I'm pretty sure I would
To
love
be
it.
fair, or to clarify, I mean, when I asked the question, I meant, any kind of conflict. It doesn't matter what it is. So, I mean, that's the answer. Nick gave a good answer.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like the world's gonna end or anything. Like
No, yeah. I don't care what the conflict was as long as it's good and it fits the story.
because in
that case-
Ore Monogatari, they're just all it is them saying "Skides, I love you" like the whole time,
Well,
and it's like they
no,
repeated that
because
nauseum.
you
Every
have-
episode is repetitive.
you have
Skides.
Suwa's sister that wants to come in and take Takeo away. You got the one pastry chef that wants to take
Yeah,
Girlface
the
away.
two very tiny conflicts
you
in the
got
entire
all of
show.
Girlface's friends, that think Takeo's ugly and doesn't deserve her love.
I'm not saying it's not that it's
And
not
then
the
you
out
have
okay.
Girlface wanting to learn how to hold hands.
Okay, that's the difference though. Like those are the outside characters. I'm talking about the conflict between the romantic interests. Like they need to have some kind of struggle, like because that's how it is
Why?
in real life. Nothing is ever perfect.
they
that.
were still in the honeymoon period where everything is perfect.
Yeah, but even then it's not perfect. Like even then there's like doubts and like characters are thinking in their head like, oh, is this gonna work right? I don't know. Like
just
I'm
married
Well,
the
they
having a doubt
did.
about it.
Girlface was always like, he doesn't like me as much as I like him. And Takeo was all like, no, there's no way I have this girl that's this perfect. It's just that they didn't let it throw over the whole
Well,
thing.
to be fair, isn't Ore Monogatari not really a romance? They're focusing on other shit too. I mean,
No, it's
literally a
just
romance.
a romance.
Yeah,
song.
it's
is this not a
This
Monogatari
show's
show?
called
no,
My
no, no,
Love
no.
Story.
It's not. It's not. It's not one of the Monogatari.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just
That's
Ori
whatever.
Monogatari.
That's why I don't care. Ore Monogatari
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh,
The
regular
English name is
Monogatari
My
has
Love
good
Story.
romance too, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Especially the first arc with Senju, long-haired
Especially
Senjugahara.
between Karen and Arararagi.
Oh yeah, the toothbrush.
The toothbrush bitch.
That was actually like a really fucking good scene. Like I rewatched that
Oh, it was
recently
super
on
well
YouTube,
executed.
and it's like it's very memorable.
For how much Monogatari does not show like straight up boobs, it is super erotic. It's like more erotic than those shows that just show straight up boobs.
Yeah, it's like the Amish bubbling where they bubble somebody's like picture so it looks like they're naked but they're not. That's Monogatari right there.
You what?
So what's
Look
some
up
of
look
our,
up bubbling.
what are some of our favorite romance animes? What do you guys got favorites or what?
I mean, I would say Baki Monogatari for me. That's one of mine.
Shut the fuck up.
What do you mean? Shut the fuck up.
No,
Those are fucking awesome anime.
I mean,
No, I mean romance anime. Like the genre is romance.
Oh,
like
Kimi no Nawa,
you've got ones. You've got
like the rest of the world.
Baki Monogatari it has a lot of romance in it. I don't know.
I know, but that's not a romance anime. It's
But his question was romance anime, not romance in anime.
One of the main points of the show is the romance between Senjugahara and Araragi. Like they're trying to figure out if they are right for each other.
It's
and,
not
like,
that much of a main point.
Yeah, well, Monogatari doesn't really have a main point, so It's just like characters talking at each
Pretty
other.
sure in Tsuki Monogatari, Senjugahara never showed up a single time.
I'm not talking.
entire
I'm not
season.
talking about Suki. I'm talking about Baki. They're different arcs. Irrelevant complaint right there.
No, but like, top romance. At least for me, if I was gonna say it. No, Clannad is not on the top 3 for me. Not for romance.
It's not really a good romance. I don't know.
Exactly. It's not really that great of a romance.
It's just a drama.
I really enjoyed. I mean, it's a drama too. Drama and romance are going to go together, no matter what you do. 5 centimeters per second. Absolutely adore it.
Good. I'm just kidding. I still have to watch that.
Nagi no Asukara has enough romance in it for me to say that.
Yeah.
And Spice and Wolf.
I was gonna say Spice. I agree with that. I love Spice.
Spice and Wolf was a fantastic romance.
We don't talk about that enough on here.
We really don't, and it's a fantastic show. I love Spice and Wolf
because like the interplay between Holo and Lawrence.
Yeah.
Just the way they dialogue between each other is really snappy and quick, and it's the way they bounce off each other is really it's very engaging.
And then occasionally there's
quick.
economics.
It's snappy and quick, but more important than that, it's very natural feeling. It's got a very natural flow to it, and the character dynamics between those two were just extremely on point. And it's phenomenal. I love it, and I want a season 3. Somebody please send Japan like $2 trillion to get Spice and Wolf season 3.
All right, Mac, you get your wish. There's a twist though. It's animated by the Studio Gemba who made Berserk 2016. Get fucked. Holo's gonna have a CG tail and shit. And when they like hold hands, it's gonna make the clang sound. It'll be like clang.
No, they blur out the hand whenever they touch. This is lewd.
Like, going back to, since you said 5 centimeters per second, it was really interesting is how they approached that whole, the whole childhood friend romance thing, but then also heavily touch on the fact that's like getting too caught up in like who your childhood romance was, how that can affect you psychologically going through your life. Because it's like in that first quote unquote episode, he like, travels so far to see his girlfriend and she's waiting for him in the snow, and then like have that heartwarming moment underneath the tree. And then it's like in episode 2, he's off in another town and he keeps always writing text messages like to her but deletes them.
Oh, this is the same as
and some other girls like right next to him wanting to be with him, but he just never sees that at all.
Voices of a Distant Star is
and
like
then
the same
it all
thing.
comes to fruition in the third quote unquote episode.
Don't spoil me, guys. I haven't seen it yet, please.
Well, cherry blossom petals fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
going back to my
I feel
question,
like I
though,
know what happens, but
Going back to my question, I think one of my favorite romance, and this is an OVA, so I don't know, whatever. You guys said movie, so fuck you. But it was called, in Japan, it was like, it's called Boku no Marie, but in Japan it's called My Dear
Boku no
Marie.
Pico.
Okay, shut up. In Japan it was called
Well,
That's a romance.
My Dear Marie, and then when they put it on VHS, they changed it to Metal Angel Marie. I don't know why, but it's like this kid, and he's basically Dexter from Dexter's Lab because he's like he's 17 or something, but he's like a genius, and he has a crush on this chick, and he makes like an android that's literally looks exactly the same as this chick he's got a crush on, except she's got pink hair instead of blue hair. And she like turns her on.
That's funny. That's funny.
using her
She got
ad
horny.
for-
How did he turn her on, Sam? Did he put his finger in there and kinda
Actually,
wiggle
the
around
charger
a little
is in her
in her
Is-
hoo-ha?
it's in
In her-
her
or in the words
In her
of,
whoop-ya?
in the
whoopya.
in in the words of Elliot Reed from Scrubs, her bajingo. But like
In the
Jingo.
words of Barbara Walters, her Virginia.
her Virginia. What do you
In
mean,
the
Virginia?
in the words of Amanchu.
Super Saiyan.
Whoopya.
But like
Put it in her whoopya.
I just want to point out one issue with this story that you're proposing is he may be a genius, but it sounds like he's a virgin. So how would he
dude,
make a
he's a
proper
straight-
vagina?
he's a straight virgin.
Well, it's like a bag of sand, Quokka. You know, if you go to the beach.
So would you ever want to see a vagina designed by a virgin?
That's nitpicky. Anyways, so like,
Yeah, I
so
would.
it gets like crazy,
It'd
right?
probably feel like a hand.
It gets crazy, right? Because like,
Probably feel like a
oh
hand.
my god, it probably would. It gets crazy, right? Because like then the actual chick
calluses on
that he
there.
made the android based on like actually starts liking him back, and then the android's like, wait a second, chill for a minute,
I
okay.
need to kill her.
And then there's this bully chick with blonde hair named Hibiki, I think Hibiki Kano, and the dude's name is Hiroshi. Then like the bully starts liking the dude, and then it's like that tropey triangle shit happening. And I don't even remember how it ends, to be honest with you, because it wasn't very good. I just thought the whole situation was funny. There's even like a fight scene
That's the
between
typical
the bully.
Sam anime.
Cool story.
He likes
Sam.
it, but it wasn't very good.
Dude, well, because it's dated as shit. Like, it's
crisis.
It's super
Sorry,
dated.
dude.
Shut the fuck up. It's super dated. I just thought like the way it went down was funny. The way everything went down. But you know what? I'll tell you what. You want to know some of the worst romance situations ever? Elfin lead. That was horrible. It was so forced.
Whoa, Sam, you,
Like,
The whole show is pretty forced.
okay.
I've only seen the
yeah,
first episode of that. I really gotta watch it.
Are you seriously gonna watch it?
I think I would love that show. I don't know why. Because it's like it's trashy bad, right?
I personally love it, but I know it's garbage.
I'm gonna give it
so
like a
it's,
3 out of
whatever.
10, but I'm gonna be like fucking 10 out of 10 in the back of my head, you know?
Says, what about show like non-romance anime that, you know, always have to interject with their like romantic subplot? Like one we came up when kind of discussing this ahead of time.
You
How
know what?
Gunbuster just kind of throws a romance in there that has no lead in and no real conclusion. It just like
It did have it
like,
had a
"No, I
conclusion. The
love
guy
you."
died. That was
Yeah,
the
I guess.
conclusion.
The guy died.
yeah, it just kind of is like, but I loved
There's
you,
another
and then
with
he's
Coach.
dead. And then
the one with
like,
Coach was the real one. Anyway,
That's the one I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about
Coach.
Smith. He was in one episode.
Kochi.
That I wouldn't say that was a romance. The Coach
Coochie.
romance is the one that had no lead up.
It had enough.
It just
Okay,
suddenly,
we're not
like,
getting back into that
happened.
discussion, but I think it had enough. I don't want to argue about it.
But they were just like, we need to put a romantic subplot in here.
Yeah, because they were.
Why do shows
were-
feel the need to
they
do
were
that?
Hey,
marrying
you want
for
to
the
you want to
ace.
know a shitty show that had romance in it?
Nisekoi?
Dude,
Chunibyo.
Nisekoi is fucking great.
Chunibyo?
Oh, get fucked, Cook.
No, Chunibyo season 1 was great, but not for romance purposes.
Here we go.
Well,
The second
Gunbuster
season
was
was
great,
bad.
but not for romance purposes. Get fucked.
It was okay. but
Actually, that was also
not
pretty good
for
point.
romance purposes.
Chunibyo, man. When they started throwing in that romance shit, it fucking sucked.
Chunibyo season 2 was
Dude,
really bad.
Tuna Bew, more like Tuna Pew. Gross.
Oh,
No, you mean
High
tuna
five.
pube.
Chunibyo season 2 really is
Chunibyo,
like
yeah.
they try and focus really heavily on the romance, and it's just like not working. Like they start the season holding hands, they end the season holding hands.
Oh, that's
Man, that's
like,
another
this
thing
is
that gets me. It's like
so
holding
dumb.
hands is such like a huge milestone
because
in
it takes
anime. It's
place
like,
in like school.
Well, there was a long period where there was like you can't have cartoon characters kissing on TV
Yeah, that's just fucked up, dude. I don't want to see that shit.
my God.
because it's like Chunibyo the whole first season like there's the romance stuff because he's like interested in this girl that's interested in him a little bit, but the whole story is really about her dealing with her Chunibyo as the title, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Still doesn't
The
make
romance
it
is a
good.
secondary thing.
What I
And then when they made it, all romance was terrible.
Well,
Speaking of
it was
terrible
already
romance,
not good.
Speaking of terrible romance, School Rumble. Have you guys seen that, Sam? Maybe.
No.
Okay, School
Nope.
Rumble is like a different version of. It's not really Nisekoi, but it's not really. It's more comedy than romance, but it has a pretty terrible romance. It has like the super cliche where like they don't. It's like will they, won't they, and they can never confess. But it doesn't matter because it's funny. It's like Nozaki-kun. Has a really good dub too. So
Look, you know what? I'm not going to go into my long story on this one, but just going back to Quokka's question of what's our favorite like romance situations in anime or whatever.
In non-romance anime.
In non-romance anime, I'm going to go ahead and say, and you know what? I'm saying it right here on the show. I'm saying it. I'm going to make a video for the channel of why I like or love Martian Successor Nadesco. Now, hold on!
he said he's gonna do it.
Shut
now
the
it's
fuck
not
up.
gonna happen.
Shut the fuck up.
That's
No, it's gonna
that's
happen.
the law.
No, it's gonna happen.
Psalm's law.
Because I mention it so much on the show, and I don't ever have enough time to just say everything I love about it. But the slice of life kind of feel that happens in the anime makes puts out really good romance. And actually, like, romance is like the end point of the whole thing. But anyway, if anyone's ever seen that anime, they'll know what I'm talking about. But y'all
All
should
right,
watch
all
it. And
five
I'm gonna make a
listeners,
video. I'll make a
Tweet
video.
at us.
I want to make a video saying, "Hey, this is why this show is good," and then you're gonna be like, "Wow, I totally got what he was saying on that one episode."
Yeah,
And
dog.
then you're all gonna be like, "Sama's best
now,
grill."
you,
like
now you
everyone-
better
every other
fucking
girl.
deliver because you just said you were gonna do it.
Every-
So
I will, dude.
He's
I will.
throwing down the gauntlet.
I
I
need-
look forward to it.
I need Quokka to help me do it, but yeah, I'll do it because people need to know. Look, the public needs to know that Martian's Successor Nadesco isn't just some big robot anime. It ain't about that life. It ain't about that life.
Let's move on to the
Public needs to know. That's all I'm saying.
topic of shipping, fan shipping.
Nadesco,
Relationship.
I ship it.
I swear to God, when HBK season 2 airs, if I see some Kumiko and Reina shit, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Natsu and
I'm
Machi.
gonna go hooch crazy. I'm gonna go like hooch from Scrubs crazy. I'm gonna
Natsu and Machi, ship it.
I'm gonna blare me some death metal music in my stereo system with that 5.1 surround sound, and them motherfuckers are going down.
Is this like good or bad? Like you want it or don't want it?
I don't want
I'm
it.
very confused.
I don't want it.
Why not? You don't want some Yuri baiting?
No. Because remember, Reina likes Taki Sensei. There's no
'Cause
Yuri
that's-
here.
More appropriate.
There's no Yuri.
Me and Marie from Symphogear, I'd ship it.
There was one thing, like speaking of just fan shipping, recently someone shared like some screenshots from Tumblr because great things happen in Tumblr, right? And there was like a comic of characters from like Steven Universe or something, and there happened to be like a moment where it was like a lesbian character blushed when she met like some male character. So it was loosely implying that maybe the artist would ship those two together. And then there was a huge rant from people complaining about how that's like devaluing homosexual relationships in
Dude,
media.
I have. Okay,
Are we
that's
talking
really-
about Steven Universe?
Yeah,
a
I
little
haven't
bit.
seen that
A
one
little
yet.
bit.
I haven't seen it.
it's a great show. Okay, the whole thing with that, and
Anime of the year.
I'll tell
I mean,
you that
you guys
I
want to
have
know
a
what
lot
it
of
borrowed from?
dude.
Revolutionary
Okay, I have
Girl
a,
Lieutenant. Bam.
I have a lot of gay friends who blush at the people they're not attracted to. It's like flirting. You just blush. People flirt. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't know why people got mad.
I don't know. Blushing in
You
real
know.
life is not attractive. It only looks good in anime
Well, you know,
because you got the lines.
Sam, it is Tumblr. You get mad about everything.
It's true.
That is the point. You're supposed to get self-righteous and indignant.
I'm pretty sure that's their like motto, their mission statement.
I'm not trying to like devalue their feelings, but at the same time,
I
it's
am.
like you guys can't get
I
mad
am.
at every single thing. Like, you guys gotta chill. Okay. Anyways, me and Quokka, I'd ship it.
I devalue Tumblr's
Yeah,
feelings.
ship it.
I don't give a fuck.
Like going back to Hibike Euphonium,
My foot nicks ass.
I-
I'd ship it.
I'm a
Red
huge
Foreman
fan
would be
of
proud.
You get the fuck out of here.
Remiko
I swear to God,
Kumina.
I will find where you live.
Trigger Mac.
It's just so good. I
No,
want
it's
it.
not.
I want it.
No,
so
it's
bad.
not.
Trigger
Well,
Mac.
Mac doesn't like lesbians. What are you?
Yeah.
Prejudice, Mac? Come on.
Kumiko is too pure for this. No. She's a euphonium player. Don't do this. No.
You know what they say about euphonium players? They like to fuck.
Yes, I'm a euphonium player, by the way.
This
They
one
like
time
to
at
fuck.
band camp,
I'm also a euphonium player, and I do like to bang.
No,
I'm
like
not gonna lie to you.
no. Like the
I'm a
euphonium
clarinet
players.
player.
The euphonium players aren't even the most kinky in a band. Usually, it's like the woodwinds, the flutes, and the clarinets. Those are the kinky fucks.
Everybody in the band is. Also, everybody outside the band is. I hate that stereotype. People are like, "Oh, band geeks are horny." No, everybody is. Come on. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that's,
I agree with that. Yeah, it's stupid.
that's such a bullshit stereotype. Doesn't matter who you are.
No. It's the flute players. It's all the flute players.
Everybody's a weirdo. Therefore,
You have expressed no reason why Kumiko and Reina can't make sweet lesbian babies.
Because I
together.
don't want them to. That's why.
Great reasoning, Mac. Quokka, score, Mac.
You know
Crap,
who I
I
would?
can't even like fucking count.
You
right
know
now.
who I would ship?
Because to have babies, one needs a penis and the other needs a vagina.
Here we go. Okay. Here's who I would ship. Ari Makose and Kaori Miyazono. I would ship them right away. You know who I wouldn't ship? Ari Makose and Tsubaki Sawabe. Because she's a whiny, stupid bitch, and she needs to shut the fuck up.
Speaking about your line, April.
Oh yeah, fuck that
Some-
bitch.
It's not really called shipping when you pick exactly who the show puts
Yeah,
together.
that's not really shipping. Is that the OTP? OTP is like
Okay,
fake,
then
right?
I OTP 'em.
OTP is always fake.
I ship them and shit the other one because that doesn't work.
Ship or shit?
I'd
we should
shit-
make that a
no.
segment.
Okay,
All
Tsubaki.
right, fellas.
Tsubaki
Ship or
okay.
shit?
Here, I got a message for Tsubaki. If you're listening to this podcast right now, Tsubaki, let me tell you something. You're stupid. Shut up. Move on. In a parallel universe where anime characters are real and they're listening to our podcast, you shut up. You calm down. You leave Kosei alone. Let him do his thing. He ain't your man.
Ship or shit? Shinji Ikari and Asuka Langley Soryu.
Ship. I'll ship that.
They technically, though,
We're gonna ship it.
I mean, they're technically
They're perfect for each other
But we don't really know, so
because he hates himself and she hates him. They got
Nice.
something in common.
that's like that's just beautiful right there. That's my goal. Like I need a girl who hates me.
Plus, when she was in a coma, he showed how much he loved her. She was just
Yeah,
in a coma.
that's
was pretty
super,
fucked
like
up.
what you said just now, super rapey.
No, like
No, not really. Like he never really
Some.
did.
He
Some.
demonstrated
You
with
can-
himself.
Sam, you can get behind this one. Do you know
Okay.
you know who I'd ship?
Who?
Ava Unit 1 and the Nirvash.
Ship it.
What the fuck's the Nirvash? Wait, what is
Really?
that? Honestly, I don't even know.
Fucking Eureka 7, you
know.
fucking pleb.
Oh, Eureka 7. Speaking of romance, that one has romance, right?
Oh,
Ship it.
yeah. See, I kind of planned that
The
segue.
bald girl.
Suck
Mac, Mac, would you be able to date a bald girl?
I mean, I ain't judging. I mean, you put your little bit of oil on that bald head, get it shaved, get it nice and smooth,
Dude, okay.
rub
Yeah, dude.
rub you that bald head while you getting some
You know what I would
head.
do? I would make her cosplay as Krillin.
Look,
for Dragon Ball.
here's the thing. Wow. Now I'm just picturing like
hey there, Goku.
Nick
She'd
dating
have to
this.
call me Goku.
Nick dating this girl. Okay, dude, Brianna. Sorry, non-anime related, but Brianna Hildebrand, the girl who played Negasonic Teenage Warhead in Deadpool, super
Brianna
hot.
Tar?
Super hot. No, Brianna Hildebrand. Shut the. I just said it. Why do you guys shit on me when I talk? Okay, fuck you guys. Anyways, move on.
Hey, you know that one chick, Brianna Lederhosen? Yeah, she's pretty
Oh my,
fucking hot.
fuck you guys. Okay, moving on. You guys are
Brianna
fuck
Tarth,
you guys.
Yes, Sonic the
Brianna Tarth
Hedgehog
is a
and Shadow the
Large
Hedgehog.
woman in stature.
Okay, Sonic and Shadow. That's like some straight up like.
That's some furry shit. That's just gross.
No, that's
dude.
like
Furry
straight up
shit's
like
gross,
that's a
man.
girl. That's a
I'm judging right
a
now.
14-year-old girl who's got two friends in junior high who writes fan fiction. That's like what she writes.
Well, yeah, it's the Fujo story of the younger ones.
It's the badly drawn furry cartoon porn.
Personally, I love Yuri ships. I very rarely
don't
ship
say,
any
quote.
situation that is not a Yuri ship. If it's
Yeah,
a
we
Yuri
know.
ship, I'm probably behind it.
Yeah, we know.
What if it's a nice boat?
Except
not a ship.
Asuka and Ray, because Ray is terrible.
Ray is terrible.
Ray is pretty fucking terrible. That's why I love her. She has no personality.
Attracted to
And
bad things, are we?
The fact that like they try to copy it in these other shows is really funny. Like they add these just Ray archetypes. They're just like a blue hair.
And they do it way worse. Like, the archetype is not one that I like, but Ray is a very good version of that archetype.
Well, because there's a
'Cause-
reason for it. She's not just like that, and she has, there's a story reason for
Well,
it.
they always tried to make the reason why this character's a tsundere, and the reason why this person's a kudere. And
It's
they're generally
it's
just
the,
like,
the deadpan lolly or the
because it's really
Dandere,
interesting
I
what,
don't know.
as you see like tropes develop, how iterative they are, where it's like one show actually does it and it's like really interesting and compelling because it was new and fresh and well done. It was done for reasons other than we need to do this. And then other shows are just like, yeah, that show had a tsundere character, so let's make a tsundere character and everybody will buy our figures. And then everybody buys the figures, so
Because
they just keep
people
doing
like what they recognize. It's safer that way. There's got to be a term for that where it's like people gravitate towards.
it. Like there's a lot when people go back and look at, I mean, this
familiar
isn't that
things.
old, but Toradora, and people are just like, it's not that good. I've seen other shows that are better at what it's doing. But it's like, at the time that Toradora came out, it was doing a lot of things that had not really been done.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it
wait.
changed the way that romantic
Well,
comedies, like,
Let me tell
were.
you.
I don't know.
Wait, so Nick, I feel like you haven't.
I think all that stuff's been done before Toradora. I just couldn't name you a show right now off the top of my head, but
it probably has.
Well, there's that difference of like things that are done and then how combined. But it's like Toradora was fairly new in its overall construction, and then every rom-com was just like, let's just be Toradora. And some places they did things better, some places they did things worse, but they made it standard.
Guys, I figured out the best ship ever. Are you ready for this?
no.
The Wyoming.
Next segment.
No. Like seriously, no. Just wait. All right. So we got Miho from Girls and Panzer, right? And Mike from High Furry. Boom.
Yeah, here we go.
Dude,
You got me at high
man,
furry, dude.
They
I'm
like
down.
they do tank drifting, they do boat drifting. They're perfect for each other. I mean, you can just have Miho just ram her tank onto Mike's ship, and they can just make sweet war machine love to each other, and it would be wonderful.
Just got to get Studio Gemba to animate that,
Oh.
you know?
Okay, I feel like
Clang! Clang!
Okay, two things though. Two things. God damn it, you guys. Some Android 18 shit. Okay, anyways,
Oh, dude. That triggered me. Android 18 is like really fucking hot.
dude, she is super hot. She's
That
actually
giant five head.
I
Dude, the
can't
five
decide.
head, man.
I
don't
can't
know what it is.
decide between her or Launch, who's hot DB, who's hottest
Oh,
DB.
it's Android 18, not close. Come on.
Dude, Launch though.
no.
She's a badass.
No.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
you're
she's
right.
funny.
Yeah, you're right. 18.
I do
no,
like
you're
how
right.
Launch just like fires her weapons in a crowd. She's like, "All right, make way for us. We're walking through." She's shooting her guns.
She's just a fuck yo shit. Okay, no, seriously.
She shoots. She
we
uses live
gotta
ammo
we
at
gotta
Carnage.
I gotta say one more just to
Let's
say
get on
from
to
a
final
cur-
thoughts.
okay, from a current show, I would ship the shit out of this, and I haven't watched the last episode yet, so maybe they did it. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But Yagami Ko and Rin Toyama, they need to just fuck. They need to just get together and bang.
Ko and Rin.
Yeah.
Definitely. They totally do. New guy. New game.
She totally loves Ko. She
Oh,
totally
new
does.
game. I'm thinking Rin from Fate. I don't know why.
She totally loves him. Loves
Oh,
her.
dude, yeah. When she takes off her pants in the office, that's just.
Or when she's at home, like
Beautiful
taking care of her
right
when
there.
she's sick, she's like,
Just going back, we'll talk more about New Game at some point, of course.
We will.
But man, they put some serious detail into Aoba's stripped down scene.
her booty, yeah, dude.
Not even just like the creases of the back of her knees, man.
Dum 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 dum.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't
His
deny
knees.
that when a girl walks in with
We're
an itty bitty
itty-bitty
waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
We're talking about animated Japanese.
Wanna pull up
films. There's no big butts going on here.
Oh, there are in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, and JoJo's,
mom
dude.
is hot as
Yeah,
fuck,
JoJo's.
dude.
So
Don't even
final
fucking
thoughts,
talk shit.
guys?
Final
JoJo, every female in JoJo.
My final
is like
thought-
a dime.
is you guys get me to do this Indesco video. Just yell at me.
Okay. My final thought is, I really dislike when shows try and put romance in when it's just not needed. Like I like how Shokugeki isn't really doing a romantic subplot.
That's true. Yeah.
The most that it's doing is Nikumi blushing whenever fucking main guy Soma says nice things about her.
I agree with that 100%. Like in Elfen Lied, it was definitely not needed, and then they just
Plus,
shoved it
Tadakoro
in
would
there.
win, so back off.
Nice.
My final thoughts are that. What's that girl's name in Toradora? Not Ami.
Taiga.
No, the other one. Starts with an
Minori?
M.
Meanery?
Meanerine. Meanerine's a fake bitch. Fuck that bitch. That's my final thought.
Hey,
Whoa.
hey, yo,
Meanerine's a beautiful person.
Straight up.
yo. My final thought. So Cosmo says you're fat. Well, I ain't down with that. Cause your waist is small and your curves are kicking. But I'm thinking about sticking to the beanpole dames in the magazine. You ain't it, Miss Thing. Give me a sister, I can't resist her. Red beans and rice didn't miss her.
And on that bombshell,
Drop the
Man,
mic.
Charlie's Angels 1 was a great movie.
I've been Polka. With me has been Mac, Nick, and Sam. And this has been the Anime Summit Podcast.
Max hand my nuts. I'd ship it.